Hello, my name is Kofi Asamoah-Ababio. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe. Today I would want to speak English because I would want this message to travel very far and wide, because I'm not speaking to the Ghanaian people, I'm speaking to the whole of Africa, you understand? Because when we celebrate independence, we are celebrating some of the legacies of Kwame Nkrumah and what Kwame Nkrumah saw, you understand? So Kwame Nkrumah is not a Ghanaian figure. Kwame Nkrumah is an African figure. He took us through independence, and when he said that the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is tied to the independence of the whole of Africa, he meant it. Those words were so bold and refreshing, you understand? Okay, so why was Nkrumah so in a hurry to take out of colonization, to take us out of imperialism? Why was Nkrumah in a hurry? Because the whole of African countries, it's on record that it is Ghana which first got independence, you understand? So why was Nkrumah in a hurry to take us through independence? Well, Nkrumah saw that minerals were being exported, everything was being taken out of our continent, you understand? So Nkrumah said, hey, we cannot allow the white man to come to our continent and come and take everything. So we have to have independence. The colonization must be over. Imperialism must be over. That is what Nkrumah saw. And that is what Nkrumah stood for. You understand? But we saw some people who were fighting Nkrumah. We understand what happened in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. That when some of the African leaders were talking about African independence, the Moravian group were talking about going slow. We know, we have studied the history. We have listened to Dr. Chihambori Arikana. We have listened to Professor Patrick Lumumba of Kenya. You understand? We have listened to all these Pan-African leaders. And not only them, we have even read the archives. You have studied the documents of Pan-African leaders like Patrice Lumumba of Congo, who was butchered and assassinated. You understand? We have studied history about Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey. We have studied all this history, and all these Pan-African leaders had one aim, one objective: to see the African people free. You understand? So is this the freedom that Nkrumah was talking about? Well, today you see that Ghanaians went out to celebrate their Independence Day. But hey, this is not independence, because we are not independent. This is not the independence that Kwame Nkrumah was fighting for. Nkrumah was fighting so that we can be free from everything. Today, can we say that we are free? We have religion, which is putting the people in perpetual bondage. That is a whole new something that we have not fought. We have not gone through that stage. We have not broken out of the religion, which is putting us all the time on the ground. Because in religion, you are taught that your treasures are stored in heaven. You are taught not to work here on earth because there is a God coming to save you. That is what they teach us in religion. You understand? This is some of the tools that the colonial masters presented to us. And Nkrumah saw that. That is why he was fighting. That is why he fought. And those of you who have been celebrating Independence Day every day, I tell you, you are full of jokes. You don't know what is going on. And if you know, why are you still doing it? It's just like knowing that your mom is dead. But you cannot take it. And you keep pretending that your mom is still alive. You understand? Ghana does not have independence. Not only Ghana, the whole of Africa, we are not independent because we have the colonial project still in place. Today, our president, our ministers, our leaders have become stooges. You understand? They bow to the whites. The policies that are being implemented in Africa here are still policies of the whites. We don't have our own policies. We don't have a plan. We don't have a vision plan to build the whole of Africa. We don't have it. everybody is doing what he wants. The Ghanaian president, Akufo-Addo, is doing what he wants. If you go to Cameroon, they are doing what they want. If you go to Kenya, they are doing what they want. That is not what Africans want. What we want as Africans is to have a visionary plan, a plan for the whole of Africa, so that we can continue this visionary plan to the latter. When we don't finish it, the next generation comes and they come to finish it. You understand? When the next generation comes and they don't finish it, the next generation that follows that generation comes to continue the agenda. This is what we have to have. This is what the African people want, not some Ghanaian president doing what he wants. Because one Ghana president is talking about Ghana beyond aid, the next president in Togo is talking about what he is going to do to the border. You understand? When the border was closed down because of this COVID-19 pandemic, what we call it colonial virus, when the border was closed down, you see, we, the same African people, we are fighting among ourselves. If we are one people, why do we close the borders? If we are one people, why do we stop Togo from coming to Ghana? If you are one people, why do we have border boundaries? We understand that these border boundaries were put in place by the white. We understand what happened in Berlin. Yes, the Berlin Conference brought out these border boundaries. You understand? We didn't put them there. We, the African people, didn't put them there. You understand? It was the Berlin Conference that divided us. And this is still in place. And today you talk about independence. Today you sit behind the screens. You sit behind the cameras and you're telling the people that we are independent. You are lying to yourself. You are lying to yourself. It is time to face the facts. It is time to face the truth. It is time to know that we, the African people, we are not independent. Today we import everything. We even import food. While we can say that we are not advanced in technology, that is fine enough. So if we import laptops, if we import television sets, if we import cameras, if we import electronic gadgets, do we also have to import food? We have everything being imported to us. We put on the dresses the white people make. We can't even make our own prints. And we don't love ourselves. This is some of the things that our Pan-African leaders were fighting against. And this is some of the things that Nkrumah stood for. Colonization had to be gone. Not only colonization, imperialism, the white power structure had to be broken down. This is what Nkrumah was fighting for. And this is what some of us will keep fighting for. So don't talk to us about independence. Because we, the young people, we know that we are not independent. Today we don't have jobs in our own country. The black man, the African man is traveling from his own mother continent and he's going to look for greener pastures on somebody's continent. You understand? That is not freedom. That is not what Nkrumah was fighting for. Our generation, our young ones, our youth are drowning on sea, on the Mediterranean Sea every now and then. You talk to us about freedom, you talk to us about independence. Go and tell that to the kids. We are not independent as a people, and we have never been independent. In fact, what Nkrumah stood for, what Nkrumah fought for is not what is in reality today. So when you gather people around and you start shaking the Ghana flags, you start waving the flags and all of that, you are lying to the people. Tell the people the truth that you yourself are not independent. Because every now and then you go for the white man's loan. Every now and then you are running to IMF. Every now and then you are chasing World Bank for money. That is not what Nkrumah stood for. That is not the independence that Nkrumah wanted. In fact, Nkrumah wanted us to be free. He wanted us to be financially independent. He wanted us to have everything ourselves. Today, our gold and manganese are being exploited by the West. And China has a foot here. Today in our universities, China has established Confucius Institute in some of our universities, and we see nothing wrong with that. In the whole of Africa, we have a Chinese building police posts. And our leaders see nothing wrong with this. Well, we the young ones, we see everything wrong with this. And we the young ones, we are saying that this is not the independence that Nkrumah fought for. So hey, buckle up. the youth of today buckle up, because there is a fight to fight. You understand? There is a war coming. We have to fight it. We have to break our people out. We have to continue the legacy that Nkrumah stood for. We have to finish the legacy that Nkrumah started. That is why I'm calling you today to join the Black Rights Movement. Join the Black Rights Movement so that we can fight the system that is oppressing the people, because we are being oppressed every day. This is what Nkrumah was fighting against, the oppressive system that is in place. Nkrumah fought. So we have to continue the fight. Well, our predecessors, our leaders today are selfish and they are greedy. We understand that. That is why we have to take the power from them, you understand? We believe that the people must have the power, not some people who think that the power is for them and their families. You understand? We need people power. Power to the people. We believe that it is not God who is going to fix this place for us. The whole of Africa. We have to wake up, we have to rise up from this nonsense that God is coming to fix this place and build a beautiful place for us. And the Christians who keep talking about going to heaven and going to enjoy and all of that, wake up from your slumber. That is the colonial to some of the tools that the white man presented to us. You understand? So break out. Break out from that nonsense and let us build the African continent that Nkrumah saw. Nkrumah saw a better Africa. And we the youth have to wake up and start building. We don't have to wait for any God to come and do it for us. You understand? Because Christianity was not our own in the first place. It is an imported religion. It's a fact. This is some of the things that your leaders are not telling you, but we are going to speak up. We are going to tell you because that is the truth. Let me end here. My name is Kofi Asamoah-Ababio. Subscribe to the YouTube page. You understand? So that we can keep the spirit of Pan-Africanism going on. We the young ones, we are Pan-Africanists by blood. We have a Nkrumah spirit running through us every now and then. We're going to fight the oppressors. Black rights.